Welcome back, watchers and listeners, to the show Talking Chop. I'm your host, David Pokorny, the account runner of Upper Hand Chiefs. Today, we got a special episode for you today. We got a guest here that I'm very excited to introduce. But before I do that, as always, I'm here with Garett Aimutis. Garett, how you doing today?
Doing good. Hey, coach a scrimmage on Wednesday. Had a pretty good practice week, and now I'm here with a really special guest. I'm ready to get going, man. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So today we're going to be introducing Chiefs offensive lineman, second year in the NFL. He played a little basketball in his day, and he is in the International Pathway Program. Introducing Chukwuebuka Godrick. How are we doing today, Mr. Chu?
What up, man? Great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Always great to have you on. He is actually the first guest we've had on this podcast. So,
Yeah, first guest, man. It's
support
it's
support your small creators, bro.
I like that. I like that. The first is always the best.
Yes, sir. Hey, Garett, do you got our first question lined up for him? Because I know you're eager to. For the audience who doesn't know, Garett is an offensive line coach at our local high school in Kansas City. So Garrett's got a lot of questions. He's excited for
yeah.
this guest specifically.
Uh, I mean, really, just kind of just throwing a bone at you, like just to start off, get it flowing. As you know, like being an offensive lineman is not just about being in the weight room and just getting all the strength training. It's also a lot of diet and a lot of eating. So I was just curious, like, what was your main dish growing up in Nigeria that boosted you to the size that you are, and like, what was your go-to meal every single day?
Go to meal every day. I mean, the Nigerian cuisine is just so broad. It was not like a one a day type of meal. But like my go to meal, my favorite meal of all time is like some spicy fried rice and some like pepper chicken. That's a staple. I mean, the staple food back home would be the jollof rice or the fufu that everybody knows about. But like my favorite would be the fried rice, but all of those was part of the diet that got me big and strong like I am right now.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like, is there any places that you found like in the KC area that like kind of replicates exactly what you're looking for in Nigerian food, or is it just kind of like hard to find out here?
I mean, it's a couple spots. I've been blessed to find this spot called Tea Tasty. She was a caterer back in Nigeria, and then she moved over here. So she actually makes like real authentic Nigerian food. And then I can't lie, that's what I be eating like 5 days out of the seven. Like I'm on that. I'm on that.
Yeah,
How'd
dude,
you
you're gonna
find
you're gonna
that?
took me over that spot for sure too.
Did someone put you on, or did you find that on your own?
I mean, it was a little. Well, it was a while before I found her. It's a bunch of other spots in KC here, but like they're not authentic Nigerian food. Like, is it like Jamaican, Caribbean? So it was a minute before I found her, and then she's actually kind of new. Like the spot is kind of new. It's like 7 months old, I would say. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, perfect timing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, for
exactly.
sure.
Right when we get you over here, you're like, okay, great. I'm right at home. So
Facts. I wouldn't know how to survive out here without that Nigerian food, man. Because gotta have it, man. Gotta have it.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we'll have to, plug her and like find out for the KC residents how to get her food too. So
Yeah,
we'll
nah.
do that.
Everybody in KC, you need to go check out Tea Tasty. Try the Nigerian food, man. You try the Nigerian food, you're not gonna want to eat anything else. I promise you.
What's your go-to, the fried rice, right? Or the
Yeah, the fried
spicy?
rice and the pepper chicken. Yeah, that's it.
Heck yeah, man. Sounds amazing. Actually, you got me hungry already.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just wanted to know, like, you're in the locker room with a bunch of absolutely best of the best when it comes to playing the game, and you're trying to make that transition over to the NFL. I just want to know, who are some of the guys that initially like took you in and kind of were your inspiration and an influence in your transition to the NFL?
That's a great question. Coming in, I mean, I gravitated to, people, the Nigerian players we had on the team, Prince Tega, the Charles Omenihu,
Mm,
Derek Nadi's, just the Nigerians that was on the team. That was like the first people I spoke to, connected with. But then as days went on, weeks went on, everybody's energy was just so welcoming. From the vet we had last year, Donovan Smith, to Trey, to Creed, to Joe. I could go on and on. Like it's definitely everybody from Pat to Trav. Like the energy was just so welcoming. And then, like you said, it's the best of the best. So you come in and then you just see how the best of the best carry themselves and how they operate. Like that's all you know, and that's all you have to copy. And that's an example. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it was great. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Obviously, Prince Tega, free agent right now. Hopefully, we could bring him back in camp. But Nadia Menahue should have a great season. He's a Texas Longhorn like me, so I got that connection with him. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously it must have been great having, people that you could really connect with right off the bat, especially like coming into a new program. I mean, you really hadn't even played, a fully, organized game of football before, and coming in, through the program and getting those practice reps and with all these guys in the locker room, that must have been like a great experience for you.
Oh no, definitely. Like I'm definitely grateful to God that I was able to come into a team that it's for one so diverse. So it's like a melting pot for everybody. Everybody bring their own cultures, and then we all come together as brothers, and then share our values, our beliefs. While still under the tutelage of the Chiefs Kingdom, and then just the way of life that it is that's already been bred in there. So it was a very diverse team to come into, and it definitely helped a lot to have my people there too.
yeah, for sure. No, that's super cool. Like, great to see the locker room. I know we have a very diverse opinions amongst the people in the locker room as we've seen this off season, but
But speaking on, especially with the offensive line that we have, I mean, like, how has like the offensive line coach on the Chiefs and other offensive linemen, like Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, how have they prepared you for your role in the team, and who has given you the best advice?
So this offseason, I've done a lot of work with Trey Smith. We did a bunch of practice with Will Shields, one of the
Ooh,
Chiefs legends. We've been putting some work with him, and then most of this offseason, I worked with Trey a lot in the weight room, off the field. Like, I mean, outside of the weight room, on the field. So that's been one. I mean, my first year coming in, Jawan Taylor and Donovan Smith really helped with like just that veteran experience. Helped me with like the techniques and all that because they were both tackles. Lucas Niang was definitely a big help in my rookie year because he would always, give me tips here and there in practice, things to correct, things to work on. So I mean, it was everybody from top to bottom, bro. Like you would imagine that it would be super competitive because I mean, at the end of the day, we fighting for a job, but like there was just so much, healthy competition where like your brother wants to see you win the same way he want to win. You feel me?
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
like that's how offensive line should be. Like, you work as brothers and you die as brothers. It's a really big close unit, and obviously, like you said, you're fighting for a job, but everyone knows your best option should be out there, and you're just trying to go out there and win games, man.
Facts, man. You're only as strong as your weakest link, so
Hmm.
that's how we operate.
Yeah, and
For sure.
you never know when someone might be called to action in a game, like injuries happen. I mean, the 2020 Chiefs offensive line that went out there in the Super Bowl, like all those guys had to be ready to go out there. So, it's great to just like see everybody. Great to see Chiefs legends. I know Tamaha Lee is training with George Karloftis. It's great to see Will Shields is training with you and Trey. I didn't know that. Big Will Shields fan over here.
Oh
Uh
man, it was great to meet Will, man. He's just a whole reservoir of knowledge, bro. Like he just has so much love for the game. Like from the day I met him, like you could just tell how much he loved the game, and then that's just so inspirational to have been done playing the game for so long and still be so in love with the game.
Yeah. I mean, he
It's
was easily one of the most dominant players of his time, and
oh,
learning
bro, for
from him is
sure,
invaluable, man.
for sure. The knowledge I got from him is different.
are you considering like playing around maybe the guard position as well? I know Shields and Trey are guards, but I mean, you came in as a tackle.
I mean, it's whatever they need from me, man. Like they tell me to jump, I'm gonna ask how high. So
Yeah.
it's whatever they need, man. So the more you can do, that's the thing about playing online. Like the more versatile you are, the better.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Absolutely.
obviously, super athletic and he can play wherever we need him, so we got it. You
So
gotta
I
let him
wanted
play
to
for
ask more about the International Pathway Program itself because it is quite a fascinating program. You have players like Mailata who got drafted. You have players like Luis Ruiz-Zammit who got signed as a free agent, and then your situation, you were assigned to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I just kind
Right.
of want to hear how like that process went and like finding the IPP, how they found you, and yeah.
I mean, the IPP has definitely grown over the years from Jordan's time to Lewis this past year. It has I mean, as the players have developed, the IPP has also developed in the sense where it's no longer you're being assigned. It's now you have to, go out there and show what you could do and get signed. And that's testament to the people that have come before, because we've come into the league and shown that, okay, it's not a charity program, that these are actually people that can come in and ball. So now it's like the talent is, we've shown that the talent is there. So, you have to increase the standard. That's just how it works. It gets better. You have to increase the bar. So I think that's what it is now, where players have to get signed. As before, where it was like, okay, you get assigned to a team, you stay 3 years, try and develop there. So I just feel like as the talent has gotten better, the rules have also gotten better, which is great in my opinion. It's testament to me and all the people that have come before me in my class at IPP that we came into the league and showed that we can actually ball. You
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely. I mean, you didn't allow a single pressure in your first 26 pass blocking snaps when you were doing the preseason games. So you came in and made a statement. They were writing articles about you. Obviously, you had very talented people in front of you, and you just continued to get better and better and stick around and get some reps at left tackle, I hear, in camp a little bit. Do you want to talk about that? Like block it for Mahomes just in camp?
I mean, that was definitely exciting, man, to get that opportunity to take reps with the ones. It's a testament to the work I put in the off season with my trainer. So I was definitely happy that the work I put in, and then just to show my growth to them, to see that they have also seen the growth that I've been able to grow over the year, because that's a big thing for me coming into this year, to not be the guy that's never played football before, and then to show that I've actually learned the game and I know what I'm doing out there. Because I mean, like you said, the athletic ability is there, but like football is more than just smash mouth and you know aggression. It's a lot of mental and technique that go to playing football and IQ. So that was a big thing that I wanted to show coming into this year, that I have grown in my knowledge of the game, as well as like my technique and all that. And then to be able to get that chance to protect for the best in the world, man, it don't get better than that, man.
Yeah,
Grateful, man. Excited, man.
absolutely.
Yeah, and with
Yeah.
with the IQ part of the game too, it's like that goes across all members of the board. Like obviously you want all five of your linemen know exactly like what they're doing on each play. And how is Mahomes, especially in the snaps that you had with him, like he's doing a lot of checks at the line, making sure like all the, formations and all of the schemes are going the right way. How has that helped you having such an intelligent quarterback behind you as well in playing offensive line?
I mean, you play with the best, man. It makes it easy because like it makes it easy. Pat don't go down easy, man. Like even if protection gets botched, he's gonna get out the way. Like he's gonna get that ball out, and then he sees coverages and he sees defenses at a different level. So playing with him being able to direct the line, it just makes it so much easier. His play calling, the way he takes the cadence, it just makes it easy, man. Playing for Pat is so easy. Protecting Pat, he makes that it's so easy. I can't lie to you.
For sure,
Dude,
man.
we love that. I want to ask about your shirt right now, the "In Spags We Trust" shirt. How did your whole team just like get them? Like, did they just give them out, or where'd you find that? That's
Bro,
awesome.
it's just how we feel. You feel me? Like we trust and Spaz we trust, man, from top to bottom. It's nobody that you ask on the team that don't believe in what is on the shirt right now. Like everybody trusts Spags, man. You seen it last year, man. He led that defense to be the best defense in the league, top two defense in the league, man. Like, so Spags know what he doing, man. And before I came to the league, the guy running the NFL Africa, OC Manura, he
Mm,
played for Spags, and then
really?
yeah, he played for Spags, and he won a Super Bowl with Spags in New York.
That's awesome.
Oh,
So it's Spags is not he's not new to this, man. He's true to
Yeah.
this. So it's no from top to bottom, man. This shirt it reached through, man. It's not just a shirt. Like we really believe that. Like in Spags we trust, my guy.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and I mean, absolutely amazing shirt. I love the Spags with the deep fried eyes, just like
Shout out to Jay Reed, man. Jay Reed and the defense, man. They made this happen, man. That's a dope ass shirt. I
okay,
can't
so it
lie,
was
man.
Justin Reed who got this all together. That
that's
makes
Yeah,
sense.
awesome,
he,
man.
he's the brains behind this, man.
Well, Garrett, do you got something that you wanted to ask real quick?
Well, I guess going back a little bit, we mentioned Jordan Mailata earlier. Do you look to him as someone who came to the league through the same pathway that you did, as kind of like this pedestal with obviously like the success he's had being touted as this top offensive lineman in his position? Do you look at him as some kind of like a pedestal you need to reach, and that's kind of like the the example that you're looking for in your play?
I mean, seeing Jordan do what he's done is definitely inspirational. I think Jordan came in playing for Coach Reed too, so
Yeah.
and I met Jordan in Philly. Crazy. I met Jordan in Philly just before I signed or just after I signed. So,
Hmm.
it's all these little things that happen in my life that's like, okay, yeah, you were really chosen for this. For me to meet Jordan out the blues, for Jordan to have played for Coach Reed, it's just very inspirational to see his story, see how he came into the league, worked his way up, and now starting, made it to the Super Bowl last year. Like it's very inspirational. I wouldn't say, because we different people. You can't really. I'm not Jordan, like so. I'm definitely inspired and motivated by what he's done, and then I'm like, he just goes to show that it's possible that you can come in from not playing football at all and come in and dominate as an offensive tackle.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Absolutely. And then following up, just like who are some of the legends of the game that you were familiar with? I don't know if you were watching football before you played, but I mean, what are some of the historical players that you kind of look to for guidance? I mean, we already talked about Will Shields as one of those guys, but
Yeah, I mean, right now for sure, Trent Williams, man, like to play for how long he's played, and just still be as dominant as he still is mind blowing. So that's one person that I definitely, you know, look up to, and look and to get inspiration from. Watch a lot of his tape because he's in what year 13, and then he's still dominating. And it's been a bunch of guys they skip in my mind right now, but Trent's a big one for me. The right tackle on the Eagles,
Lane Johnson.
Lane
Yeah.
Johnson, super technician, man. He's still dominating, going into double digits, playing in the league, man. Like Lane hasn't given up a sack since 2020.
Yeah, it's a super long streak.
He
We
has
don't
a
have our
super
stat guy here, but I'm pretty sure you're
Yeah.
right on that.
super long streak, man. So you just see guys like that, and then the way they work, man. You just look at their technique. Somebody I really like right now is Penei Sewell on the
Mm,
Lions.
Yeah.
I like how Penei plays, man. So I mean, I don't do a lot of legends because I can't say I really watched football growing up. Football
yeah.
wasn't my sport, but then there's a bunch of guys playing right now. I mean, let's talk about legends. Joe Thomas, man. Like, I definitely watched a bunch of Joe Thomas film before I got signed. That period when I was in IPP, because I mean, bro, super technician, man. Because one thing I've come to realize about playing the tackle position for one is like there's a lot of technique.
Hmm.
You have to be able to get to your spot and get hands on, but it's a way to do it. There's a move and there's a counter move because you're going against arguably the most athletic people on the field and the DNs, and then they walk in their moves, man. They don't have a lot of reading and like play calling to go through. It's a lot of moves. They all work in their moves, so you have to be a technician in what you do to be able to stop people like that.
Absolutely. And then going before your football time, we saw that you took up basketball. So I just wanted to know, like, hey, have you tried to hoop? I know Miko Hardman did a little off-season basketball like tournament and stuff. So have you told the guys that, hey, I could play? I want to hoop on some of these basketball teams?
Oh no, most definitely, man. My hoop dreams are still low key alive, man. My hoop dream now has changed a little bit from playing in the NBA to playing the NBA All Star game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get the opportunity, man. That'll be mind blowing for me. I actually played in a celebrity All Star game for out here. It was a charity celebrity All Star game out here in Kansas City like a couple months ago or like last month, and that was definitely cool. That was the first time I had hooped in 2 years.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome,
yeah,
man. Obviously, you were top scorer for sure.
You know, I did my thing. I did my 1 or 2. I made my presence felt for sure. You feel me?
Oh, absolutely. So, like, what was your background growing up playing basketball?
So before basketball, I played a little bit of soccer when I was younger, like 8 to 10. I would say when I was young, I was a nerd. I was kind of like in my books. I wouldn't lie to you, bro. Like I was in my books. I was really smart. I took the SAT for the first time when I was about like 12.
Wow.
Because yeah, my high school had a program for like talented, super talented, smart kids where we
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
yeah take the SAT with John Hopkins at 8th grade. And I took the SATs and I think I did real good for an 8th grader at that time. I think my scores would have got me to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, so growing up, I was smart. I played a bit of soccer because everybody in Africa and Nigeria plays soccer growing up. You played on your streets, you played with your friends. It's like throwing football in the backyard. That's the same way soccer
Yeah.
is back home, you feel me? So everybody has a little bit of soccer background. But then I hit a growth spurt and then I was like, yeah, my older sister played a bit of basketball, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. And then I started playing basketball right about the 9th grade, the 8th grade. That's when I hit my growth spurt. And then I just fell in love with the sport, man. The camaraderie of the team, you know, just the flow of basketball. Basketball has a lot of swag to it, so it was easy to fall in love with basketball. It has a lot of swag to it. I can't lie to you, man. So basketball is really great for me. And then it's a lot of big names in basketball that were able to like motivate me from Jordan to the Kobe to the LeBron, just that dog mentality. Because you know you going against it's a team sport, but it's a lot of mano a mano where like you have to break down the guy in front of you, and then you can't do that if you're not the bigger dog. So also that part, the mentality part about basketball really made me fall in love with the sport too. You know, it's a lot to love about basketball, man. Let me not even
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
And you know, and obviously that dog mentality, you know, that's helped you in transitioning into football. And you
Oh
know,
hell
your
yeah.
background growing up, you know, like I don't blame you, man. It's the book guy, man. Like you don't have to be worried about that here. And you know, that's obviously helped with like your football IQ too. And it's just
Facts.
being a high level offensive tackle, like you said, isn't about just being like this, you know, big, fast, physical brute. It's a very like mind based game.
Facts.
And on top of that, like obviously this is a big change too. I mean, going from, you know, a city with a population of 15 million people like Lagos, and what does that change like coming to KC with like significantly lower population?
Oh wow. The culture shock was definitely a thing for me, but then I love Kansas City, man. I can't lie to you. I love Kansas City. I had my dad come out here last year, and he loved Kansas City too. He was talking about trying to move here,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's just the people, man. Everything is just so warm and welcoming, man. Even as like you know slow paced or as calm as it is, like the energy here is just it's great. Like you come here, you feel at home. And then, you know, the noise gets tiring, bro. Like the city life does get a little burnt out. So being here right now, I'm loving it, man. There was a bit of culture shock, but I can't tell you there's any place I'd rather be.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you're here. I mean, we're glad that you're here in Kansas City on the team. And yeah, I just wanted to ask too, like, what are some of the hobbies and new pastimes that you've picked up since you've come to Kansas City and joined the Chiefs? Like, have you done anything new that the teammates have got you into?
I be on the game a lot, man. I just be playing 2K.
Yeah.
But outside, outside they try to get me to fishing, man.
Who's into fishing? Wait, who on the team's into fishing?
Jawan
Oh,
Taylor's a big fish guy.
That's
Jawan
crazy.
Taylor's a big fishing guy. Creed's a big fishing guy. Uh, I mean, they be trying to get me into fishing, man. I've done it a couple times. Caught a couple decent fish out
yeah.
there.
What's your PB, man? What's your PB?
Nah, that's a lot of technicalities I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
even
not
know.
gonna fake it and be like I know what you're talking about right now. I've been out there. I caught a couple good size,
Yeah,
thrown
there you
it back
go.
in the water. A couple catfishes back in the water because I don't eat fish a lot, so it's not our catch and eat type. So
Oh
catch
yeah.
just for the fun of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you make your did you make yourself in 2K yet, or are you just playing online?
Oh no, most definitely I have my creative player, man.
Yeah.
I definitely dog everybody I play, man. I'm a
Yeah,
beast with
absolutely.
that.
Now, are you more of a rim guy, or are you like you're down in the paint? Like, what's your play style,
Oh
man?
nah. I mean, when I played basketball, I used to play the 3 or the 2.
Oh, wow,
I
okay.
played the 2 to the 4 because I was, 6'5", 220, 230, So I was like a wing type of player, and I could shoot the 3 real well. So I'll play. It depends on the build of the team. I'd play anywhere from the 2 to the 4. I play the 5 sometimes, but I'd be on the side 5. So my creative players are kind of the same. If he's
Heck
a
yeah.
2 to a 4, he's a two-way slasher. He can rebound, shoot the 3, shoot the mid range. He's just like me. I made him just
Yeah,
like me.
yeah, he could do it all.
He can do it. I mean, I told you, man. The more you can do, the more you can do, man.
Absolutely. Dude, I love that. Just like one of us, making your guy on 2K, like, that stuff's just good to hear.
Yeah.
Garrett, do you have any technical questions? As I think we're kind of
I guess you mentioned earlier, like, obviously the athletic level of NFL players is just like this, astronomical change since you hadn't played an organized game of football. What defensive player, like edge wise on the Chiefs, has helped like tone your skills and kind of like iron sharpens iron? Like, what player on the defense has helped you the most in just helping with like your kick sets, your slides, just whatever helps the most?
Man, all of them, they all so different type of players. Like, we have the Chris Jones to the George Karlaftis to the Charles Omenihu to the Mike Dana to the Malik. Like, they're all so different in the way they play the end position. So, and I was blessed last year to be able to give looks for those guys, get them ready for the game weeks and to be able to just, go against all those different type of moves. It helped me build my arsenal as a tackle. Some kind of guys you want to be more aggressive than you want to be with some other type of guys. Some type of guys you want to get hands on quicker than some other type of guys. So I mean, as the game goes, every player is different, man. Every player has their favorite go-to move, and that's one thing that watching film helps with because you can't be a one-trick pony in this league, bro. Because the same way you're watching film of everybody watching film on you.
Hmm.
So you got to be able to, like I said, it's a move and there's a counter move. So you got to be ready for that. So I mean, all the guys got me ready, bro. Especially Chris Jones, man.
yeah.
Yeah, that dude's probably pretty hard to handle.
He's a handful, and
And he can play
you gonna need some extra hands.
and he could play anywhere on that defensive line. Like,
He's a dog, man. He's a dog. Chris Jones different, man. He's one guy that going against. I could not forget my first ever rep against Chris Jones, man. I was shaking in my boots, man. But when the line's drawn, you gotta go after him, man. He a man just like me, so
yeah.
you have to put the nerves to the side and go out there and block him.
Oh yeah.
That brings me to the like, was that your welcome to the NFL moment, or what was your kind of like welcome to the NFL moment that everyone always asks?
My welcome to the NFL moment was from George Karlaftis in practice.
Hmm.
This was training camp last year, and then we was doing one-on-ones, and then we had got it was supposed to be end of the whistle type, but training camp gets to the point where like it's them dog days, so
Oh yeah.
everybody's going 130%,
Yeah.
So I'm out here thinking, okay, stop at the whistle, you know.
Yeah.
And he's not stopping at the whistle, man. So he takes me and puts me on my ass, bro. And I'm like, ain't no way I just got put on my ass, bro. Because before that, a couple of my guys in the league had told me that, don't worry about it, you're gonna get put on your ass. And I'm like, hell nah, man. Ain't nobody gonna put me on my ass. Nah, me. Nah. What you talking about? So that was definitely my welcome to the NFL moment. It's like, man, nothing's gonna be given to you easy, bro. Like, it's a dogfight. It's a dogfight every single time. And I mean, from there on, it's like, yeah, man, let's get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, Honestly, me and Garrett, we've gotten through all of our questions. Is there anything else that you wanted to say going into training camp starts on Monday, right? Or Tuesday?
We head in Tuesday.
Dang. Okay. So about to get ready. Season 2 is about to begin for you.
And I
Season
heard
2,
Tuesday is gonna be a
man.
hot one too, like 100 degrees, something like that.
Bro, I'm from Nigeria, man. I'm used
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
heat.
say.
Yeah. You know what? If anyone's gonna handle that, I
I'm
think
from
you got
Nigeria,
it.
man. I'm used to that heat. I ain't worried about the heat, man. I'm excited though. I'm excited to go into season 2, man. Better prepared with a big opportunity for me. Appreciate Chiefs Kingdom supporting. I want to see though. One thing I want to see. I want to see who can actually pronounce my name right. That's one thing I want to see this year. I need to see that. So Chiefs Kingdom, I want to see who can pronounce my name right. I got something for you if you can.
All right, Garrett, I think you have it if you want to go for it.
It's Chukwuebuka Jason Godrick, right?
You made that
It's
too easy, man. You've been practicing, haven't you?
maybe just
Yeah.
a little. He might have
Yeah.
taught me a little bit.
Listen, man, we want to give our guests the respect. We can't be like the announcers when they like look at their sheet and they're like, and then they just say the last name or the number. Like that
Yeah,
happens too many
that
times on
happened too
TV.
many times. At this point I expect it because it's a mouthful. Like that name's a mouthful.
Yeah, I like the nickname Chew. I think it fits
Yeah, I
you
think
a
it
lot.
fits.
There was that brief period where you're going by Jason, but was that just kind of because someone said to do that, or what was that?
No, I mean that was the international combine in London. I think the name was just too hard for them to pronounce, so they went for the easy one, went by Jason. But I was not about to let that be my identity,
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
because I'm true,
I'm
man. True it up. That's
yes,
just true,
sir.
man.
I'm glad. Yeah, True Godrick all the way. Man, thank you so much for coming in. Have a great season. Looking forward to seeing you play. Looking forward to training camp, hearing about you ball out. And yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all having me. This was great.
Oh yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
great having you, man. It was awesome. There was great first guest, man.